give it's at a glance, but it's a long Scoot journey. The Scoot just celebrated our 11th anniversary this past June. So when we started in 2012, we had just two Boeing 777-200s, older aircraft. They went out to Australia. And now, within a couple of years, they really increased frequencies, they increased new destinations, and then they refreshed the whole fleet. They became an all Boeing Dreamliner 787 fleet. And for a while, Scoot was the only carrier in the world that operated only Dreamliners. So this was a big move for them to move to the Dreamliner because it's a very good aircraft for long haul, medium haul, low cost budget aviation. So, of course, India is an important market, and they were not going to leave India far behind. And we brought those Dreamliners to Chennai. That was our first destination in India, and then followed by Amritsar, which also had a Dreamliner. So in terms of the market size or the comfort, Amritsar is a very long flight. So we brought the Dreamliner here to offer a really good product. So we keep moving on. And so if you, later when I talk about the Scoot network, you notice there are a lot of second-tier cities. I said that's our mandate, is to develop new connections between Singapore and India. And so we're trying to have a lot of new first-time travelers, and we want to develop more seamless connectivity to more parts of the world. So we are also driving that growth. We have a young and modern fleet with over 50 aircraft. We're currently with just the Boeing 777s and the Boeing 787 Dreamliners and the Airbus A320 family. We've been adding aircraft all through COVID. We just started with our A321 NEOs. It's in refreshing our A320 fleet. So we try to keep a very young fleet. We were just named Best Low-Cost Long-Haul Airline at Skytrax World Airline Awards. Now, this is not our first award, and hopefully we will follow this up with later awards. We've had awards from TTG. We're always refreshing the product. We're always thinking about the customer, so we expect to win more of these type of awards. It's nice recognition that what we're doing for the customer is what the customer wants, and we're giving them a good experience. From the beginning back here in 2012, we're up to 66 destinations in 15 countries. Now, this is, if you talk about Asia Pacific, the Middle East, and Europe, but this is going to be a strength of the Scoot network. I said, a lot of times we'll talk about Chennai to Singapore, but there's also a big portion of our travelers that want to go beyond Singapore. So I said, this network is going to keep growing, so in the coming months we'll be announcing more and more destinations. Scoot also, as another way to grow, we're going to be one of the first carriers in Southeast Asia. How do I put this? The first carrier in Singapore, first scheduled airline that's going to have the Embraer E190 E-Jets. These are the E2s, they're new technology, and this is one of the most comfortable aircraft you can be on. Of course, they're a bit smaller, but it's going to help us keep growing. So that 66 destinations, you won't remember that number. I mean, within the next 6 to 7 months, as we announce new destinations, hopefully we will be at 70 destinations, 75 or more. So, if for those who are interested in aviation, there's a lot of things called air service agreements, and so this is unique between every two pairs of countries. So, right now, Chennai is a bit constrained. So we were offered. We had the ability to get some seats to Chennai, and then we were very happy. Actually, we were ecstatic. There was no, if you ask me back, I think in June, Chennai was not being talked in the office at all. And then they came out that, some route rights may become available, and we're okay, launch Chennai. We immediately go back to Chennai. And by the 27th of July, we had already launched our sales, and we were just about to start our operations. So, I mean, I think connecting Indian travelers to our diverse network is really going to be exciting. We're always happy to have you come to Singapore. I would hope, if you have friends or family, or if you worked in Singapore or studied in Singapore, please come back. Please come back regularly. It's always changing, so but also, please explore our Beyond network. And then maybe later we'll talk about some of the Beyond network that some of the names of our network destinations may not ring a bell. You may not know all the destinations in China or in Borneo or in Sarawak, but actually there's lots of travelers, whether they're visiting friends and relatives, people migrated overseas, you have student travelers, so many different reasons for travel that we can bring them there seamlessly by connecting them through Singapore Changi Airport. And if you consider, we also collaborate very closely with Singapore Airlines. We are part of the Singapore Airlines group. We interline, we code-share with them. We can also connect onto their network. So we actually provide connectivity to 130 destinations. So